History of abortion in America. Abortion was initially a common practice in America, regulated by social norms rather than formal laws. In the early 19th century, it was often allowed under the concept of quickening, the point at which a woman could feel fetal movement, usually around the 4th or 5th month of pregnancy. However, by the late 1800s, states began criminalizing abortion, largely due to changing social attitudes and the influence of medical and religious groups. The American Medical Association, founded in 1847, played a key role in pushing anti-abortion legislation, motivated by both moral arguments and professional interests. Between the 1860s and early 1900s, nearly all states passed laws criminalizing abortion, except in cases where the mother's life was at risk. By the turn of the century, these laws were firmly in place. However, restrictive abortion laws did not eliminate demand. Many women still sought abortions, but were forced to turn to underground, often dangerous methods. This meant that women frequently faced serious health risks, hemorrhaging, infections, and even death, since there were few legal, regulated medical procedures available. Due to the lack of legal options, an underground abortion industry developed. Women from all walks of life, rich and poor, married and unmarried, risked their health by seeking unsafe procedures or attempting dangerous self-induced abortions. For many women without resources, these procedures were life-threatening. It's estimated that before Roe v. Wade, thousands of women died annually from unsafe abortions. Others suffered lifelong consequences, including infertility and chronic health issues. The 1960s brought significant social and political changes, including the civil rights movement and the rise of second-wave feminism. Reproductive rights became a central issue, with activists arguing that a woman's right to control her own body was fundamental to gender equality. As these movements gained traction, some states began to reconsider abortion restrictions. In 1967, Colorado became the first state to relax its abortion laws, permitting the procedure in cases of rape, incest, or severe fetal deformities. Several states followed suit, including California and New York, which enacted some of the most liberal abortion laws in the country. This gradual reform created a patchwork of abortion laws across the country, with access heavily dependent on where a woman lived. In New York, for example, abortion was broadly legal by 1970. Women from states with restrictive laws, like Texas or Mississippi, often had to travel great distances for legal procedures, an option primarily available to women who could afford it. This lack of uniformity led to significant inequalities and increased pressure for federal action. By the late 1960s, public health officials were becoming increasingly concerned about the number of women hospitalized due to complications from illegal abortions. Hospitals, particularly in urban areas, saw thousands of patients every year suffering from botched procedures. This public health crisis put pressure on lawmakers and the medical community to support the decriminalization of abortion to ensure safer conditions for women seeking these services. Amid growing public debate, legal challenges began to make their way through the courts. The most pivotal case was Roe v. Wade, which started in Texas in 1970 when Norma McCorvey, under the pseudonym Jane Roe, challenged the state's restrictive abortion laws. The case ultimately reached the Supreme Court, which in 1973 ruled that the right to privacy extended to a woman's decision to have an abortion. This ruling effectively nullified many state laws and established a constitutional right to choose abortion. Roe v. Wade transformed the landscape of reproductive rights in the United States, yet the history before the decision highlights the challenges, health risks, and social activism that shaped the debate. On the same day as Roe v. Wade, the court ruled that a woman's right to an abortion could not be restricted by the state with the Doe v. Bolton decision if it was necessary to protect her health. Abortion was a deeply personal, often dangerous choice for women before Roe, underscoring the role of legal protection in ensuring safe access to reproductive health care. In 2022, the Supreme Court in the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision overturned Roe v. Wade, ending nearly 50 years of federal abortion protections and allowing states to set their own abortion laws. Again. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.